Hello and welcome to round 10 of our Gloomhaven Quest 1. Not a lot's going to happen in this round because Rat Damon and Adonis decided to do a long rest, so they had to get their cards back. Adonis has given up Proximity Mine, so this card is now in the lost pile. And Rat Damon has given up the Mine's Weakness. So that is now gone. Just to give you a status update, Adonis is down 2 cards to lost pile. Rat Damon's down 3, and the Scoundrel is down 3. So that's where we're at. So this guy and this guy are not gonna do anything, but the little summon guy is gonna move 1 there. And so that leaves us with the Scoundrel, who is going to be using Flanking Strike, move 5. And so so he was gonna go 1, 2, 3, and into the room here of all our monsters who are now active. And then he was going to attack, and is going to attack with throwing knives, range 3, 2 targets. So he's going to attack both those guys, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, attack both those guys with an attack 2 plus 1 is his modifier. Got an attack 2 plus 1. And so the living bones, as I'll show you, we have 1 elite, 1 non-elite. So so we have a 3 attack on the elite one. He has a shield 1, so he's going to take 2 damage. And then this one has a shield 1, and so it's also going to only take 2 damage. So that is their status. So they both took 2 damage in that round. Let me go ahead and mark it off here. Okay, so that concludes the turn for the Scoundrel, who was feeling brave and wanted to go in and rush into the room and see what was up, and found 4 enemies here. And he is by himself because we are not moving this turn, and he's gonna have to figure it out. So that leaves our living bones now to move, and the elite's gonna go first. And so our living bones have a 4 move, and they don't have any range. So he's gonna come right over here and block off Ivanta there, and is going to attack 2 plus so 2 plus 1, but also the modifier is a -2. So instead of an attack 3, it's an attack 1. So Ivanta only takes 1 hit of damage, and that's going to drop her down to 7. Okay. Now the other living bones does not have any range either, so it's just going to go there, and that's all it's going to do because of the lack of range. And that brings us to our archers. And so our elite archer has a range of 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it can hit Ivanta right away without doing any kind of movement whatsoever. And so this is our elite archer. It has a 3 attack, but it has a -1, so that brings it down to 2. and its modifier was also a -1, so that brings it down to 1. So again, our Ivanta only takes 1 hit of damage. Not too bad considering the 2 elites attacked and it only took 2 damage. And then that brings us to the non-elite archer, and it has a range of 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So it needs to move. It has a movement of 2, but -1, so it can only move 1. And then it can attack 1, 2, 3. So now it can attack, and it's the same thing. So the non-elite one has an attack of 2, but has a -1 and has a -1, so it does nothing because it has no more room for attack. And that is the end of round 10. This is going to be an interesting round because Ivanta ran in and is now surrounded by living bones and archers all attacking, and we can only get in from this space here. So we're gonna have to try to do some ranged attacks through the door just to try to survive. I don't know what this summon's gonna do, if it's even gonna be able to get in there to really do anything. But it'll be interesting how we can do this, how we can pull this off, because we're running out of cards for one thing, especially Ivanta, who only has 9 cards, already lost 3, only has 6 cards before it's going to need to lose another one. And so this is the end here. We're getting close to the end. At the end of the last enemy being defeated, and whatever round that is, so say it's round 20 and this guy is defeated in round 20, once that round ends, everything is left behind. So if you want to grab any of these coins or the treasure, you got to grab it before the last guy dies and that round ends. So just a quick heads up with that. I feel like we're in trouble here because Rat Damon is way over here. And I don't think anyone's gonna go after this coin. I think we're just leaving it. Just gonna leave some loot. Which is interesting because that's opposite of the scoundrel's philosophy and what they've been thinking this whole time. So here we go. We are set up for our final room. Ivanta has gotten us started. The living bones have climbed in and are ready to wreak some havoc. Good thing they don't hit very hard. And so yeah, so there we are. We'll see how it goes. Catch you in the next round.